Hey there, Robbie Susan Chandler here from RobbieSusansCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside the city of Tallahassee, Florida. Today I have a fun card to share with you using the delightful flower cart stamp set and die set. And here is the card. This was such a fun card to do, but I had so many pieces and I had to figure a lot of it out. But the front says, "Have a lovely day," and inside I just put "Happy Birthday." So let's take a look at this, all the pieces and everything that we put on this one. So, obviously my card base. Let me move this out of the way and put this right here for the moment. Our card base is thick, basic white. And it's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And I'm going to tell you, if you're not using thick basic white, you should, because it really makes a lot of difference in how professional or better looking your cards look with this thicker paper as opposed to the, well, like here's the regular basic white, and here's the thick, which is much better. It gives your card base a much steadier, heftier looking base. So anyway, that's my spiel on the thick white. I love the thick white. And then the next layer is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of designer series paper from, if you can look on the back, guess what? Yes, the Zinnia paper. Use this piece right here. This is the Flowering Zinnia online exclusive paper, and it's item number 163469. And I thought that made a good background for this card. So those are our two basic pieces. Now this white piece on top, I cut a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white with this die from Perennial Postage and got this look. And these two, put this out of the way, these two I adhere together. Just glue those two together, and I ran it through the exposed brick embossing folder, both of them, and this is the look that I got. And I wanted all of it with the brick look, so that's why I ran both pieces through together. And then I adhered it to my card front. And I have already done the inside of this card, so we're going to work with this one. Okay, so that was the card front, which is fairly easy. There's one more piece on the front, the "Have a Lovely Day," and I cut a little white piece with another Perennial Postage die. They look like this. And I cut a background piece out of Poppy Parade. And the Poppy Parade is the ink and all the reddish colors you see. And this was cut with the small die from Stylish Shapes. And I stamped my cinnamon on it and adhered them together like this. So I guess we could just go ahead and pop this down here in the corner. And we'll have all this on the front. Except don't let me forget my dragonflies. You know what? I'm bad about leaving these off when I do a video, so I'm going to go ahead and pop these on here because I generally know where my cart's going to be. And these are the little adhesive back dragonflies and birds, and I believe I saw that these are going to be carried over. So these will still be available. Get one more. Okay, so they're just flying around over here around the cart. Alright, so now we've basically got everything done except for our cart. So let's talk about the cart. Alright, let's start with all the pieces. I'm going to bring this over here. These are all the little pieces that I cut. So we'll start with this background piece. And I cut this one in white, and you could do it in any color you want, but I just chose to work with white. And then the piece on top of that looks like this. And I cut it out of Poppy Parade. Now these holes right here, those don't cut out, they emboss, and I don't know if you can see that. There's a little raised area, and that's actually the area that I used to adhere my little, I call them the little socks, but the little white awning pieces. And you just glue those right down over those, and there's 3 of them. 1, 2, and number 3. And I have noticed, you might want to be more observant, but if you'll notice, this middle one that I've laid on here, See how it looks a little longer than the others? So I think that it probably goes right here on the first one. It seemed to fit better if you put it right there, glued it right down there on that first one, and then put the other two behind it like that. And then this piece glues right on top of this. And it looks like this when you get it all glued together. Okay, so that's the roof of the cart. So don't they look like little stockings? Oh, that was kind of cute. All right, now the bottom of the cart, you have a piece that looks like this. Honestly, I haven't really figured out what that's for yet, because when you cut it, it separates. So I just cut the bottom. All you really need is this bottom piece, and it has a little handle there. If you see, there's mine. This one came off, so I just cut it off, decided I didn't really need it on this card. So here's the bottom part of your, or the base of your wagon. And then this piece, this die, cuts everything else. It cuts your little bracket here, and it cuts both wheels, and they actually come apart when they're cut. So the way I put them together, this is the single wheel. Let me get this. The single wheel I put behind, and then the one with the little axle on it I put in the front, just like that. And that's where you see this look. And then this piece goes right here in the back, like that. So if you look, that's the cart right there, and I've got it adhered together here. And this is going to go on here, but I found that you don't want to put that on until you've done your flowers. So let's talk about the flowers. Now there's a die in here that looks like this, which doesn't look like much, and you can stamp this before you cut it, but I have mine set up on a stamp positioner, so I could show you how to cut it. I mean, excuse me, how to stamp it. So the first stamp, this is your greenery. So when you stamp it the first time, you'll get this look. And then these are your flowers. So the flowers look like this, but when you stamp them together, this is the look you'll get. And of course you can make your flowers any color you want to, but I stuck with the Poppy Parade since the rest of my card was in this color. Now something else you've got to be a little bit mindful about is where you want the poles, because the front two need to be in front of the flowers and the back ones need to be behind it. So I had my customers kind of weave these in here, like you want that one in the front, that one in the back. There you go. So we just weaved it in there like that. Alright, so see that kind of sticks up right there. And then you're going to place it on your cart. Now, one problem that I ran into is I wanted my flowers to hang over the edge of my cart. So I took this little area and I cut around that leaf, and I cut there. And that way, let's hope this works, I can slip that cart there, and I can slip this one over there. See how nicely that goes together and why it went together so nicely. I'm going to turn it over real quick and put some dimensionals on it to hold it together. Let me make sure it's right before I get too carried away. Yeah, perfect, perfect. One right here. And you can also use these to hold your little poles in place, because they were a little difficult to keep under control. Alright, so here's my cart. Let's see, that really wasn't too bad putting it together. Just got to get all those little pieces cut. And there's just a ton of ways that you can make color combinations for this. Okay, so here's, alright, see that one right there wanted to slip out on me. Let me get that under there. There we go. And that one too. Alright, there we just slip it down right there. And there's our cart. I'm going to have to put a little glue right there to hold that one down. So, I was going to show you too that there's a stamp here that you can stamp and cut out your little awning. Instead of just having it cut out of cardstock, you could stamp it. Well, this one right here also would cut it out. And then you could also put your flowers in some pots. So there's a lot of possibility with this. You stamp your base there and put the wheels underneath. And then it also has a Happy Mother's Day saying on it. So anyway, here's the card. Totally complete. Like my little flower card. I think it's a cute little different card. Hope you like this card and maybe you'll give it a try. I have a link to all the supplies below and also a free tutorial you can download. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And please like my video and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, happy crafting!